I am Professor Vinster, and welcome to Jurplastic World.
Hey, the professor here. Check this guy out. I just made him up with a bunch of these pieces that I made. Check it out. Now, I had a couple different options that I had for his, like the horns, and I decided to do these like this instead of just putting these caps on the ears. And then I've got a 13 mil and a 17 mil wrench, and these actually are adjustable. You can actually adjust these. So that's really cool. And he stands up, no problem. And I'm going to paint him, I think, black at the top, because look at that. It looks like actually a carbon piston. And then I'm going to paint him like that silvery color that I painted the syringe with. And then I'm going to clear coat him. So I'm hoping he turns out really cool. So what do you think? Everybody, Professor here. Now, going to do the eyes of this guy here. Let's see here. Now, I got some new brushes for doing, not these ones, but these ones. But I want to use one of these brushes first to get around the edges. Need my glasses. Does that change if I turn that on? All right. So probably have too much paint on, which is normal. And usually, when I paint here, I'm probably covering up, and you probably can't see what I'm painting. So I'll do my best. Do my best. Now I'm painting over top of a clear coat. Let me just see how I'm doing here so it seems to. I run a monitor so I can see my painting or see where I'm filming. Don't usually paint upside down like this. I mean upside down in that direction. Let's see. Probably that film. I mean, out of the. Okay. Now, try not to go over it again, because if I go over it again, I might brush it off because of the clear coat. Well, where are we here? On this side. Are we okay on this side? This was better than it could be. Better than you. Give myself a lot of black. I get disappointed in myself when I put too much paint down. I'm over here, see a spot. Okay. One thing about going over the clear is if you make a mistake, you can wipe it off. Once it's dry, it's okay. Then you clear over it again. I'm probably in the right thing, but you'll see what I'm doing when I'm done. Go now. That'll probably be out of the way of one camera for now. We'll bring this camera up. Let's see here. Let's bring it up. There we go. Now, does that bring it up at an angle? There we go. Wow, that's good enough. Gives me the idea. There we go. Yeah. So, next thing I got to do is touch up a bit and then let it dry. I'll usually take it over to the hair dryer. And I don't know this. I don't want to touch anything else because I kind of think it's cool just that the guys color. So I'm going to leave it like that now without spilling things. Because I don't know about you, but I usually have a habit of spilling stuff. Let's see how we did there. I think we did pretty good. Other than being on a bit of an angle, but I can't fix that well. Let's see there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just leave that like that. That's good. As you can see it down in the other one. Take that light off. I think, yeah, I think everything's the way I got it. I like it. Okay. Now I'm going to try something. I was going to paint the red dot on paintbrush, but I'm thinking I can get in there better. And I'll try with this. So hopefully this works out. Now I want to put the eye right in here. So I'll just start tapping around first and build up the size I want. What do you think of that? Is it big enough? Is that going to be big enough? Yeah, it looks big enough. Okay, now I got to match it on the other side without making a mess. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, let's see if I can get the same color. Let's put this up right so we can do it right. So hopefully we can match it. Make it a little too far carried away here to start. Or is that good? Let's take a peek. Okay, let's adjust the camera. Let's bring the camera up. There we go. Now the ones, let's see how, there we go. Now they're a little bit different, but it's not too bad. I'll have to, let's see here. Because there's no light going this way, you can't see them as well, which is fine. Now, maybe I'll back this zoom up on here. Here, we'll back this back for a minute. Put that back like that. And let's put this, let's see if we can do it without making a mess. There we go. Now, without touching anything else that's already been painted or whatever, I think that's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I like it. I like it. I like it. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Yeah, so these pens, if you're not a great painter and you want to do your own stuff and you don't have luck with the brush, here, let's bring that in like that. And let's bring this guy over here and turn it on an angle. So there you go. So that shows the one. And then there you go. There you go. Sorry for the camera work in here. Just when you're doing your winging stuff and going, actually that light on there probably helps a lot. When you're winging things, I'm trying to make a video, that you want to do what you have to do. Now, I think that's pretty cool. I try not to put what do they call it? A light mark on the eyes. A lot of guys will put the dot in there, like the white dot. And the reason I don't do that is because I do a lot of still photography and camera work. and the lighting takes care of itself. And I find that more important. So I don't do the fake lighting and also shading. When it comes to shading something, it depends upon what I'm working on and what I want to shade skin. That's different. But you also got to remember, in natural lighting, and you have the natural lighting and it's covered, you don't have shadows. So your skin should be basically the same unless you got a tan and whatever, you got a farmer's tan or whatever you call it. But other than that, unless you're in shadows, there's not a lot of shading. So I try not to do shading in any of my artwork, unless it requires it, if it's going to stay in one spot or something, or if you're doing a painting and you shade, that's different. If you're putting a painting, which is 2D or on the wall, that kind of deal. But when you're dealing with 3D stuff, if you notice, there's shadows all through this already. And when you take pictures of it, you're going to have shadows all through it. So that's the method to my thoughts there on shading. Like that, people are really good at it. I can do it, but I'm not really keen on it for that reason of doing photography. So there you go. There's our guy painting. Now I'm going to do a short video of it. So hopefully you guys check out both my long videos and my short videos, because I do work hard at them. And I know it takes a bit to get an audience, but if you could share my stuff and show people if you're interested. I know it's a big hobby, which there's a lot of people out there and go, oh, I can do better than that and all that stuff. This is what I'm not here. This is how I do it, not how you should do it. I want to be friends with everybody. Everybody's in 3D printing. I'd love to have them on board, and I'd love to actually do videos with them. And I'd like to say that we work together, collaborate. I love that. Lips don't work too good. I was in a coma a few years ago, and sometimes I have to think about some words. So anyway, the end of this video. So everybody take care and see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.